I'm taking the bus to the Green Community exhibit. My name's Susan Piedmont Palladino, and I'm the curator for this exhibit at the National Building Museum. And we're going to go on a tour of it this morning, but we had to choose how to get here. You can take a bus, you can take a car, but you better carpool, or you can ride a bike. And each one of those has different implications for your carbon footprint. Right now, we're going to do some walking and go in. We're here in the Green Community exhibition. And you might wonder, what makes a green community? Well, what makes a community? Is it geographic proximity, shared values, cultural interests? And what makes a community green? Previous generations wouldn't have used words like sustainable development or green design, but they knew that living in cooperation with nature was really a matter of survival. And it still is. So let's take a look at how some of the communities today are cooperating with nature. The first thing you see when you come into the exhibition is this wonderful screen here. You can find out about national boundaries, population, farming, forests, shipping lanes, communications, electricity, and gas and oil pipelines. All you need to do is touch one of the icons and that information will come up. And that tells you something about the global scale of our communities. I'm standing in the middle of a brownfield. Well, not exactly. I'm standing in the middle of the communities that represent remediating, repurposing, and reinvigorating. And that's one of our main themes about how communities go green. The exhibition is organized around themes that form the center of the exhibition space, including topics like getting around, which focuses on transit and density, land conservation, which looks at how we preserve landscapes that are important to us, resourcefulness, communities that are looking at managing their water, land, or air, and finally, waste. Where does all of the stuff that we use go when we're finished with it? The theme of getting around addresses how communities establish a relationship with transportation options and the density of land development. We have several communities here, but one of the most interesting ones is a brand new community being built in Abu Dhabi, and this is called Masdar City. And this is a community that won't have any private cars in it when it's finished. All the citizens will be connected by light rail, streetcars, pedestrian walkways, canals, and personal rapid transportation vehicles, much like elevators, but they run horizontally. It'll be connected to other communities like it and connected to the major international airport in Abu Dhabi. Many communities sit in beautiful landscapes that are worth preserving, and to preserve those landscapes requires careful planning. We're here in the desert landscape between Albuquerque and Santa Fe at a community called Galisteo Basin. If you look at this map, this shows business as usual development, where houses could be sprinkled around at 10 and 12 acre lots all across this beautiful desert landscape. The planners and designers of Galisteo Basin are suggesting that you could house about the same number of people just by developing that one northeast corner of the site, leaving the rest of the landscape, over 12,000 acres, open and preserved forever. The story of Greensburg, Kansas is a familiar one. In 2007, the town was almost totally destroyed by a tornado. But the townspeople decided that was an opportunity to rebuild their town on green principles. So they're looking at conserving their water, maintaining their agricultural land, using solar power, and using the wind, the very element that destroyed the town, to power it in the future. I'm standing next to one of the tubes that you've seen along the exhibition, and these tubes are ways to visualize various kinds of data about water consumption, land use, brownfield statistics. And the one I'm standing next to here talks about recycling rates in different American cities. And if you live in Houston, Detroit, Columbus, Ohio, New York, Los Angeles, or San Francisco, you can see how you compare with the United States. The average in the United States is 32% of recycled trash. But San Francisco, way up at the top, San Franciscans recycle 70% of their trash, the best among American cities. We don't have to look very far to find examples of green communities that are close to home. Our home in this case is Washington, D.C. So we have examples from the city, from Montgomery County Public Schools, and from Arlington County, Virginia, talking about different ways and different scales to go green. Along the sides of the exhibition, we're exhibiting technologies, some old and some new, dealing with earth, fire, air, and water. And these technologies help the communities in this exhibition and others to make the kind of green changes they're trying to make. We're standing in front of a water panel that exhibits something in Santa Monica that's very unusual. Most communities look at wastewater treatment as something unsightly that they don't want to show, but in Santa Monica, the SMRF, that is the Santa Monica Urban Rainfall and Runoff Facility, puts that treatment of water right up near the pier, the major tourist attraction in Santa Monica. And it treats the water of Santa Monica and helps to show the public how that happens. Also, running the entire length of the exhibition, we have what we call our Time Core, which starts in 80 AD and goes 2,000 years into the future to just this year, 2008. And it shows milestones of technology and sustainable development that have occurred throughout history that help us understand that we're not the first people to have considered these issues. I hope you enjoyed our tour of Green Community, where we showed communities from around the world trying to improve their relationship with nature and with their citizens, whether it's in response to a disaster like in Greensburg or just the desire to do things better. Every community in this exhibition has made a decision to change for the better. And these communities are no different from the ones you live in. So think about how each green step you take can improve your own community.